Guys, good morning. It is Sunday, May 12th. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And taking a look at crude oil real quick, looking at the monthly and then drilling on down, looking for something more actionable. So looking at the monthly, you can kind of see a little bit of an M pattern here. So top dots coming down, got a wick on the monthly. Whew. You could argue this looks bearish. Looking at the weekly, you can see the potential for an M pattern a little more clearly here. The giant first part of the M. If that's the case, sheesh. I mean, the two major levels of support that I see, call it 70, and then imagine if it dips. I mean, wow. So let's keep going though. Now looking at the daily, this is a little more interesting because you can find support. We wicked below here. We've got the two bottom dots and now price is coming down. So it's possible that this holds. This would make sense as a area to find support looking at the daily. So let's keep on going. So now here we are in the 8 hour. What a candle. Holy cow, look at that. So we got to talk about structure because that's informative. So actually, let's drop all the way down because I want to look at the structure of this move up. I was looking for this to terminate in this box, which is the ratio for 1 through 3 versus 5. And this certainly looks impulsive like a wave 3. But then in hindsight, you know, can a 3 extend? Sure. So this the best thing I can look at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 up. Looks like 5 up. So now this gets into Elliott wave more than anything. If this is 5 up, that could either be a wave 1, which you'd expect to see a 3-wave move correction. But look at this move. I mean, it's just vertical. So the way it's really, it's out of proportion. So maybe this is a B wave, because that would make sense for given how B waves, the structure can be variable. So if that's a B wave, then maybe this is the A and the B of the overall ending a diagonal, which means the final move up is going to be a 5-wave C move, which will be like a crash in reverse. So this is now at the point where you've got a bunch of different options, a bunch of different ideas. Another way to consider this would be an A wave. This move Friday is an A wave down into support, and then we get a nasty B wave bounce, get everybody all bulled up, and then get one more shove down for a larger 1, 2 to the upside. Maybe this is maybe wave 5 overall would just be a standard impulse. There's nothing much standard about crude oil lately. So let's just keep it really simple and say that after such a crazy move down in one session, the odds of there being another session of another crazy move down, thank you Armando for kind of cluing me into that idea of certainly don't have 3 bearish sessions in a row. Usually, I mean, if you have 2, two bearish sessions in a row, what I mean is New York, Asia, Europe session, having all 3 of those in a row be bearish would be unusual. So that's just something that runs in the back of my mind. So you already had a really bearish New York session on Friday. And we're right down into support. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of structure, which has you thinking, okay, well, maybe it could be a B wave, meaning this 5-wave move up could be an A wave, B wave, and then now. So really the next best clue is what kind of structure happens. First of all, this general area needs to hold. That's like Captain Obvious number 1. We're into support now. So, you know, not talking about little squiggles. Does it need to come down a little further? Okay, maybe, whatever. But the point is, when this bounces, what is the structure going to look like? Because if this is a B wave, you shouldn't see a really nice 5-wave move up with an impulse and a 3-wave correction for a wave 2, and then you get a complete 5-wave move that pokes above this high. If that's the case, it's very likely not a B wave, and we're starting an impulse higher. So, blah, blah, blah. Keeping it really simple, I would just say this is support. And with all the geo stuff going on late Friday afternoon, I pull it on a small long, very small. If it goes down 100 points from here, I'm fine. And I'm serious. A trade small enough so that if I'm going to put something on a Friday, only in crude oil would I do this, and only would I do it to the long side, just because of the geopolitical stuff, the climate. So, and that's worked out. We did that, was it 2 weeks ago on a Sunday? Same thing. So that's the deal. Not a whole lot of information because of this move down, other than just basically you're in support. So I'm looking for a bounce. If you zoom back out, you know, I had put these arrows here, liquidity. Are they going to come back for that? That's what I'm always wondering. And they did. They took out that, and then they came all the way back down into the support as seen on the 4-hour. So this is that lower structure. If it wants to go all the way down to 70, would your head explode? Because it's still possible that that could happen. But it doesn't matter to my way of trading. Just sharing, all right? So it really needs to hold in this support here in order to project to like 90, 93, 95, jumping back to the daily, you know, to complete another move up. Wouldn't it be crazy if it comes all the way back up into this zone up here, this resistance, which this blue zone would be nice for a 5-wave move. So yeah, if it wants to be bullish, this is the target, 95. All right, so you got 95 on the top side and 70 on the bottom side. But this is the immediate area right here to watch for a bounce at a minimum. And then we'll look at the structure of the bounce. All right, good luck. See ya.